Jim Norton is not a doctor. He's not an expert. He's not even a good person. The views, opinions, advice, and humor of Jim Norton does not reflect those of any doctor, of SiriusXM, of Opie Radio, or anyone else. They are solely those of Jim Norton, Lyle Chipperson, Edgar Mellencamp, Paul Hargis, and whoever else lives in that chinless head of his. If any of this advice goes wrong, you are the asshole who called a comedian instead of a doctor.
An icon in comedy, a fighter for freedoms, an accomplished entertainer, and a pervert. You've got problems, he's got problems. You've got questions, he's got answers, some of which are good. Call now 866-WOW-1-WOW. That's 866-969-1969. This is the Jim Norton Show.
Ah, yes. Welcome to another edition of the Jim Norton Show. On Wednesday afternoon, we're live, of course. I'm a little tired. Tonight I dozed off on the couch. Whenever I doze off for a little while, like my apnea kicks in, I wake up in worse shape than when I started. So I've been talking about trying to move. I love where I live, but, I want to get a little bit of a bigger place. And it's just a frustrating process. And everybody says it's the most traumatic thing you can go through. Looking for places. And then, like, when you walk into a place, you're like, oh, my God, I love it. And then the second time you walk in, you don't love it as much. That's the problem. Now, is that just because I'm indecisive or I haven't found the right place? I don't know. But I did find a place, and I think I do love it. And, I'm having all kinds of problems. Is the seller going to flake? It's just a fucking nightmare dealing with this stuff. So, this real life stuff is always frustrating to deal with. As I'm talking, my mouth is killing me, as I spoke about this morning on the air because of my stupid mouth guard. It literally is like taking two carpenter nails and sticking them in your mouth and dozing off. Hate my nose. Frank in Philly. Oh, Frankos better. What's up, Frank?
Hey, Jim. How's it going?
Hey, man.
Hey. So the story is that I've been into BDSM for basically as long as I could possibly remember. And so now I'm married, and I love my wife very much, but I can't seem to get her to have the same interest in spanking that I have. Now, I don't really like spanking other people. I like to be spanked.
Well, is she dominant or submissive?
She's... Well, it's interesting. In like day-to-day life, she's kind of dominant.
So she's probably submissive in bed.
Yeah.
So you're basically two submissives that want the other one to do the spanking.
Yeah, that's kind of it. I've gotten her to spank me playfully, but she just, and that doesn't do anything for me. It's gotta be real. It gotta be a role play, like real. It's gotta feel real, exactly.
Do you spank her?
Yeah, when she asks me to. I have a hard time doing it hard, too. And not that she really wants it that way. Not like I do.
Both of you are natural submissives, and you both want the other one to take control, and you're both willing to do it a little bit. I think you just got to both learn to switch a little bit. I know what you mean, though, when both people want the same role, and it's an opposite role, it tends to be hard. Maybe give her a reason to spank you. Like, tell her things like, oh, I've been very bad. I shat on the floor. Or say something really sexy, like I took photographs of a 4-year-old that I shouldn't have taken. Give her these really unsexy things and see if she'll spank you. I was at a wake and I fingered the body. Ooh, tee-hee-hee, spank my bottom. But, I think you both just got to be willing to switch. That's all. I mean, you both want the same thing, and you both have to realize that, all right, we're in the same boat here.
Yeah.
So that's all I can suggest. You both got to compromise. That's all you can do.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to stop, going to pro doms, but I really, this is something I really need, so I'll try that. Thanks, Jimmy.
Good luck, you little sweetie.
Bye-bye.
Let's see here, Brian in San Diego. What's up, buddy? Having trouble blowing a load?
Yeah, pretty much, man. Hey, how you doing, Jim?
Hi, buddy.
So basically, I've been with my girl. I talked to you a little while ago. I've been with my girl for about 6 years, just a little over 6 years now. And I've been having trouble climaxing during sex, and she's really, really attractive. She's sexy as hell. but I think it might be just me watching porn too much because she's at work all the time. And the big thing that's coming up is she's going to be taking a trip to New Zealand for work for the next 3 months. So she's going to be on for 3 months, so I don't really know.
Wow.
What I'm going to. Yeah, so I mean, I'm going to be able to go and there's no problem going and visiting her for a couple weeks. You know, I can take off some PTO from my work, but yeah, man, it's just, I don't know. I think I don't know if I'm addicted to porn or I don't know what it is, but it's I don't know, man. I thought you might be the one to talk to about that type of
No, I have that too. I go back and forth with it. Like when I'm on a porn run and I'm just watching so much of it, it becomes hard to keep an erection. It becomes hard to ejaculate. It becomes hard to connect with another person at all and for them to make me feel good. Because when you're jacking off and it's a solo show,
yeah.
it becomes, that's the way you do it. And that's the way, what you have to do, I find, is lay off for a while. Like really lay off. And when I do that, it tends to get better. Like it's like you let your body breathe a little bit. It's almost like if you're squeezing a squeeze toy. And you know how your fingerprints will be in it. And if you let it go, it kind of goes back to its original shape. That's the way it is with fucking tugging my dumb dick. Like when I give it a break, my dick kind of relaxes and starts to feel good normally. But you have to give it a little bit of a break. And it's hard to do, but it's the only way to get that feeling with other people back.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and what do you think about the whole new the New Zealand thing, her being gone for 3 months on work? I mean, I trust her, and I don't have any problem with that. And she said everything's cool to go and visit and all that. But, I mean, I don't know, that just seems like it's going to, try to get me back into, what the fuck, am I going to, have to, I obviously I don't want to cheat or do anything wrong, but, it's am I just going to go back to watching porn, or it's fuck, what am I going to use as an outlet?
Well, you're already watching porn with her here, so it can't be any worse. This might be a good opportunity. If she's going to be gone, you don't have the pressure of having to get up the fantasy to fuck her because she's gone. This might be a good time to practice and go, you know what? By the time she gets back, I'll be a lot closer to where I want to be if I take this time off. Because you can already watch porn with her here. So maybe now is when you give yourself the break while she's gone. Because then there's no she's going to want me to fuck her and I'm not going to be horny. I'm not going to be able to come. You know what I mean? If you give yourself a break now, then when you see her, you might want to fuck more.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, I didn't mean I watch porn with her. I mean,
No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean when you're alone. Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean.
All right, then. All right, well, thanks a lot, Jim. Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Hey, Jessica, alcoholic boyfriend, what's up?
What's up, obviously. I'm with this guy that I'm, deeply in love with him, and I don't know why. I know he loves me. I have 2 children that are not his, but he's been there for them.
How long have you been with him?
A year and a half. We dated before, but we broke up because I have an addiction and alcohol problem. I've been clean and sober for 21 months.
Okay, great.
He drinks every night. And people say in recovery that it's not good for me, it's not going to last. But for some reason, I'm trying to hold on, even though I know it's probably one of the worst relationships I could be in right now.
Well, you're codependent. That's obvious. It's just codependency. We want to fix people. We want to rescue them. We get addicted to the craziness, the chaos. And then sometimes there's people we just genuinely like, and it's hard to let them go because, this fucks everything up, but we genuinely like them. You know what I mean? It's not always a sick motive. Sometimes we just like people who are fucked up. But I find that I won't date an active alcoholic. I just won't do it. I won't put myself through that shit. Trying to rescue somebody. It's all codependency.
Okay, so how do I break it to my 7-year-old? There was a man, when I got pregnant for him 7 years ago, I was with him, I got with a man, we were together for 5 years. He's always been dad to my son. Well, he just recently walked out, and today at our first counseling session, my son broke down and said that he misses him. But this guy doesn't want to be in his life anymore. So I had to tell him that, and now he's he looks at my boyfriend as dad. So what do I do?
Well, you have to weigh it. And again, what's going to be worse for your kid? The time he grieves the breakup, or what's eventually going to happen with an active alcoholic in a relationship and how bad it's going to get. It's going to be years of problems coming from someone who's actively an alcoholic and you're in recovery. So eventually the breakup's going to happen. So why not just get it over with now before he gets even more attached to the guy? If he's not willing to stop drinking and you're sober, who the fuck wants to deal with that shit?
It breaks my heart to think about it.
Well, maybe that will be a good thing for him. You know, maybe you leaving him will help him hit bottom.
Maybe.
My dad got sober because my mom left. That was what motivated my father to get sober in 1970.
Well, he claims that he's never going to stop drinking.
Well, then why would you even debate being with him?
Because overall, he's a decent guy.
Okay.
He treats me well.
Does his drinking affect the relationship?
Somewhat, yes.
Okay, well, then does it affect the relationship more than it's worth?
That is such a tough question. I don't think I can answer that right now.
Are you willing to jeopardize being sober yourself and put yourself through that codependent experience just for the good times?
No.
And are you willing to put your kids through that?
Hell no.
All right, well, then you made your decision. I'm sure he's a good guy. I'm not saying he's a bad guy. I'm sure he's a great guy. But, you know, it does... I wouldn't do it. Believe me, I've dated a couple of really hot girls, and when I saw that they drank too much, I just ended it. And it wasn't out of moral... Again, it's not out of being moral or thinking I'm better than them. I just don't feel like fucking dealing with that. I have enough problems with my own sex shit to have to deal with some drunken idiot embarrassing me everywhere I go, talking too loud. You remember that time? And you're like, oh, just fucking shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah, who needs that shit?
See, I'm a nympho. I love sex, and he's not... I mean, when we have sex, it's great, but he doesn't want it as much as I do.
Yeah, well, you'll find someone who does. Your addiction's not as annoying as his, believe me. All right?
All right, thank you.
Good luck, you little doll.
Love you.
Thank you. John in Virginia, workout question. What's up, John?
Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
How are you?
I've dropped 120 pounds. I have a diet from a dietitian. I go to the gym 3 times a week. I walk 3 to 6 miles a day, 6 days a week, and I have hit a 6-month plateau and cannot budge. And I was just wondering if there was any kind of cardio workouts that you or your trainer have done that just kind of helped you get over a plateau.
How long have you been, how much do you weigh now?
I weigh 260, and 2 years ago I weighed 380, and the first 80 pounds came off easy, and then everything else has just been a fight. And that's why I got to... Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry, buddy. I find it's mostly diet. Like, because my workouts have suffered because of my arm, I went on that Whole30 diet, and you really have to stick with it. Try that for a month, and you will start losing again. It will just break the plateau. But it's called Whole30, and when you read about it, they say no cheating, no giving yourself a bite of cake or a slice of pizza to treat you. It's like, they really say don't be a fucking douche and do it right. Yeah. And if you follow that, because they always told me that lifting is what burns calories anyway more than cardio. Cardio is good, but it's all diet, dude. That's what I found. It's my diet. When I'm eating really good and I'm eating a lot of grilled chicken and fish and stuff, I lose weight. But that's what helped break my plateau, because I was at like a 6-month plateau as well.
Okay, I appreciate it. I got a diet from a dietitian, but it's not really helping too much. But thank you. I'll try that.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck, man. Jeremy in Nevada, in recovery. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Jimmy. How's it going?
How are you?
I just want to say, first off, sorry, I'm a little nervous, so if I stutter, I apologize. But,
that's okay. Talking to a man of my ilk, many people are nervous.
I've been sober for 4 months and 5 days now.
Cool. That's great.
Man, and my family is treating me like I killed someone, and I was really close with my older brother and my dad, and now I see disgust, in their eyes. I can just tell.
How long did you drink and get high for?
Probably I had to take pain medication for a chronic disease, and then before I knew it, I was addicted.
Sure.
And then for about 2 years, I bought them off the streets. And then I knew I was in a bad place, and sat my family down, and I told them everything and asked for help. And we went from there. But I'm still, to them, it's in their eyes, I'm still the devil, and I, fucked up my life, and I just don't know how to deal with it.
It'll change. Just give it some time. It sucks now, but it will change. It's one of those things where, it's painful for a while, but once they get used to the idea and they go, wow, he really is sober, it will get better. Just be patient and keep doing it. And your job is not to convince them. Your job is just to live your life in a much better way. And eventually they'll be convinced just by you doing that.
Okay.
Just be patient. That's all. Don't rush it. Don't rush their process, whatever it is.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, and I've told them, I don't expect them to forgive me and trust me right away, and so I get that. So I appreciate the advice.
Okay.
You're always really good at this kind of stuff, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. Thank you, buddy.
All right, goodbye.
Take care. Let's see here. Tony in New Jersey, in a cross-dressers. Oh, what a good boy Tony is. What's up, Tone?
Yeah, not much. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. So after my wife had our third kid, she totally went cold. And so I was like, what the fuck? And there's no touching, no licking, no nothing. And everything was fine before the third kid. Now she shut me off, and I don't want to get a divorce. So I started checking out different websites and hanging out with cross-dressers and transgender girls.
Where'd you hang out with them? In a club, you mean? Or you went to a bar? Or you'd go to get prostitutes?
Well, there's some bars that they hang out with, and I did see a couple prostitutes as well, but mostly it's just in bars, or I find them online.
Was that something you were always into? Was that a fantasy or a fetish you had? Because your wife's not banging you. I get why you might want to cheat, but why would you want to suddenly go to cross-dressers or transsexuals if it was something that you never thought of?
I have no idea. I never thought of it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then, but then I said, geez, maybe I'm gay, but that's not the fact, but I do like those girls, so
yeah.
I kind of feel guilty, but I don't know, I can't go without having some type of physical deal like that.
Did your wife explain why she cut you off, or did you tell her that it's what's going on?
No, I didn't tell her what's going on. And when I ask her, and when I try to find out what's going on, she just flies off the handle and basically says, I'm an asshole.
Really? For what?
I have no idea. I think it's hormones.
Oh, man. Is she going through menopause?
Could be.
Yeah, menopause is a motherfucker. You got to be careful if you're out with hookers. I'm never going to, discourage anyone from seeing a transgendered friend, but just be careful, man. You got a wife. Just make sure you're, play it smart because you don't want anything really shitty to happen.
Right. I will.
Yeah, I mean, but what was your question though? I mean, you have great taste in ladies.
I guess I didn't have a question. I just wanted to vent a little bit.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not something I can tell my buddies or people I work with, so that's all.
All right, buddy. Enjoy. Take care.
Great, thanks.
Ray in Georgia. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Jimmy.
How you doing, man?
All right. I'm in my early 30s. My wife and I have been married about 5 or 6 years, and a lot of our mutual friends, they have different jobs, like 3 or 4, kind of the group couple that we all kind of hang out with, and we've known for a while. The guys are becoming, or already are very successful in their careers and kind of dwarf my salary, so to speak, and just talk about different things. And
what kind of job?
Well, one's a lawyer, and other 2 are in sales.
And are you in the same profession?
No.
Okay, what kind of work do you do in general?
A larger corporation, that way. And, kind of like, working, it's a decent job. By no means am I, low in the, I'm middle class. I mean, we're,
sure.
Nothing outrageous, but I work, 100 times harder than they do. And it's, we go to different parties, and I find myself, or even my wife, she'll say something, not meaning to be, passive aggressive, or even some of my friends will say stuff passive aggressive, like where they go on vacation or if they're getting a new pool put in and all this kind of stuff. And I'm just finding myself just very contemptuous, or I don't know if that's even a word, but I'm very contempt when they're talking about it, and it's bothering me. What's that?
You get jealous.
Yeah, sure. And it makes me mad, and I don't. And this is not no knock on you, whatever, but you work as hard as anybody. You're one of the funniest comedians I've ever seen when you've come to Georgia before. Thanks. And the reason I'm asking you, maybe kind of, I know you've seen some of your friends and some of the guys you've been up with, not the, they're Kevin Hart's and Louis C.K.'s and stuff like that, and it's just, you're just as funny, you're working as hard, but you just find yourself, I don't know, it's just bothering me to a point to where I've gotten in arguments with my wife about it when she'll say something like, oh, so-and-so, they're going down to, Miami for the weekend, or they're going this and that. We can't do that. We can't afford that. And she's not meaning it mean, but I'm just...
Sure.
It's just...
The way I look at it, and that's a good question, because my business is weird where there are guys that go past you and make so much fucking... Louis was always ahead of me. Louis, when I came into the city, was one of the respected guys in the city. So Louis was always like in the class ahead of mine. But guys like Kevin or Amy or some other people that come up and they're just making gigantic money, the way I look at it is of course I want to make that money. But then I look at the way a lot of people in my business are doing, and I'm like, I can't bitch about it because I actually have a good career when compared with a tremendous amount of people in my business. Sometimes you just got to make a relative comparison to yourself. You have to go like, am I being unrealistic? Am I going to be a baby? And yeah, we all want to be the top guy, but when you're the top guy, you complain about other shit. Robin Williams was one of the top guys, and he hung himself because I guess for him, his show failing or his depression or whatever it wasn't enough. But certainly the money wasn't enough. So it's like no matter where you are, you're going to look at people who have more than you and feel jealous, and look at people who have less than you and forget, hey, I'm doing okay. So just try to think of people who you're doing better than. And I don't mean to feel better than them, but just to feel grateful for what you have. Sometimes I look at my place and I'm like, you know what? You complaining motherfucker. You have a great life. I have everything I've ever wanted. I really do. Like I asked to be a comedian. I wanted to be a comedian. I wanted to live in New York, all this stuff. And I live a fun life and I still complain no matter where I'm at financially. So if you find gratitude in the fact that you are doing well, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just look at where you are and go, fuck, at least I'm not doing this. At least I'm not doing that. At least I don't have to beg for food. At least I don't have to there's a million things to be grateful for.
Right. I just don't want to find myself being just getting mad at my friends or they look less than me and stuff like that. But I guess if they do that, they're probably not my friends.
Nah, you don't want to be, you're not less than them. I mean, who knows? You may have a bigger dick than some of them. You may, who knows? Some of them may get cancer. Some of their wives may have pussies that smell. Like, there's a lot of things that they may trade with you that you'll never know. So, you know what I mean? It doesn't all have to be sexual, of course. But, don't just judge you're being better because they can go to Miami for the weekend. You know what I mean? Who cares? Fucking Miami stinks anyway.
Thanks, man.
All right. Take care, buddy. Let's see here. Get mixed signals from the coworker. Ooh, hello, Pat. Hello. Are you there, Pat, in Philly? He dropped. Hey, Steve in Astoria. What's up? Steve? Hey, buddy. How are you?
Hey. Good. I'm completely, I kind of like ruined my chances with any girl because I've become so dependent on jerking off, and porn. And I think everybody, I shouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people growing up nowadays are just resorting to porn. And I've been one of them. Ever since I saw POV a long, long time ago, I've been addicted. I love it.
Yeah.
And I create like a cache of it on my computer, and I can live by that now. And that coupled with the fact that New York girls are so snotty and they won't give you the time of day, even if you're just like a nice guy, like they just don't do anything for you. Like they won't look at you on the street. They make you feel like you're raping them with your eyes when you're not. So I actively don't even look at them when I'm walking by. And
you know what it is? Because I do understand that resentment, but part of it, like I'm on the subway sometimes and I'll look at everyone avoiding eye contact. And women have kind of learned that a lot of times if they say hello or they give a smile, a guy will 9 times out of 10 misinterpret that. And, hey, where are you from? And, like, they just want to go to work. Like, they're on their way to work or they're on their way to see their boyfriend, and they have every guy, like, that they say that they're friendly with misinterprets it. And then there are some guys that are just being nice, but, like, you're mad because you think they're snotty, but the bottom line is you're looking for a partner. So sometimes they're right. Like, if they say hi to you, you may get the wrong idea. I mean, I do know that a lot of them are snotty too, but that's not all women, dude. There's a million fucking dating apps now that you can go on where you don't have to deal with that, where they can look at it in their own space, man. This is different than any other time.
Yeah, and I get them. You know, they do get hit on a lot. You know, and it's really annoying because those guys that cackle, like, they do kind of ruin it for like normal guys who are, you know, a little more respectful or whatever. Yeah. But I think the real problem is that I have no game at all. I never was great at like talking to girls. I was okay with it. Like, I could say something funny and start a conversation. But now I just completely substitute any sex life for just jerking off.
Yeah, and it's safe. It's safe.
It's so safe. But like, now I'm, you know, I'm not even, I like look forward to just watching porn instead of even trying to meet a girl. And I think it's not going to get any better.
You know, it will get better if you don't keep feeding the dragon, as they say, or demon, or whatever that feeding the monster. Feeding anything, I should just say. The dating apps will help a little bit because you can talk to a bunch of different women and then go out with them, and it will give you a way to do it where you're not walking by talking to them in the street or on a fucking bus. So why don't you just try Match.com or try Tinder, or there's a few other ones, and see how you do. And eventually you'll start getting some hits and meeting some people. You know, I think you ought to give that a shot.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess that was a stupid question. I just wanted to vent.
That's okay.
All right, thanks, man.
Goodbye, buddy. Megan in Wisconsin, what's up?
I'm a really big fan. Anyway, so I'll make this quick. My friend just got her first boyfriend. I'm like 19, by the way, really young. My friend just got her first boyfriend like 5 months ago, and she just announced that they're going to move in together. And I think that that's really fast for your first boyfriend. Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
So how do I tell her, like, yo, you're crazy, slow down?
Well, maybe you can ask her. Do you think that's a little too fast? You know, you don't have to berate her. She'll find out sooner or later. But it's kind of hard to convince someone not to move in with a guy. So you might maybe just talk to her about it and go, do you think this is a little too fast? And see what she says. I mean, that's all you can do. You're not going to change her mind. You know, don't accuse her, and don't go in there with the goal of making her do what you want her to do. Sometimes you just talk to somebody about something and hope that you can plant the seed, and they'll do with that what they want. That's the way they are. That's why people like friends who give them good counsel and then back off. Nobody likes an overbearing mother hen friend.
That's true.
So just tell her what you think.
Okay, yeah, it's just she's so sensitive, so it's like, you know, I don't want this to turn into like something where, like, you know, she'll just stop talking to me or anybody, really. So,
yeah,
well, thank you.
You don't have to yell at her. You can just ask.
Okay. Well, thanks so much, Jimmy.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.
Hey, what's up there? Adam, I'm sorry, Mike in Long Island, a hobby suggestion. What's up, Mike?
Hey, Jim, how you doing?
Hi, buddy.
All right, based on what I've heard, and tell me if I'm off base here, just what I've from you on the show is that whether it be hearing about other guys traveling or Bill Burr's helicopter lessons, it sounds like you're sort of looking for a passion or something to kind of throw yourself into, hobby, passion, whatever you want to call it. Am I right there?
Well, you know, I want something to do. I think that's, believe it or not, a big part of what got me started looking for a place. I've been talking about it for so long. And then I finally was like, just fucking do it, you idiot. What are you waiting for? But yeah, a hobby would be nice. What do you suggest?
All right. Well, I mean, I know you're passionate about the UFC, as am I. We're about the same age. I suggest that you go down and you check out a Brazilian jiu-jitsu class.
You know, I've thought of doing that. But I tend to get very tired very fast. But yeah, I should do that. I go to the gym 4 or 5 days a week, so I do stay physically active. But dude, my cardio stinks so much.
It doesn't matter. This will replace many of your gym workouts because you'll love it. I went there late in life, never did anything like that in my life, never wrestled, walked in the door at age 40, and that was 8 years ago, you know? I'm telling you, I love it. I can't get enough of it. There's no egos in there. You go to Enzo Gracie's place in the city, there's probably a lot of celebrities that you would even see there. And I think you'd love it because I know how you feel about the fights in general.
Where's Enzo Gracie's place?
So I don't have the address. I don't go there. I go to a place on the island here.
Okay.
But you can look it up online. He's got a place in Manhattan, and I know other guys who do go there. And it's like the best spot to go as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, maybe I will. Thank you, man. I have thought of it.
I know you'll love it. You won't regret it, and you'll be doing it for years to come.
Thank you very much.
All right, man.
Take care. All right. Let's see. Adam and Casey, what's up, buddy?
My question's probably going to suck, but I mainly just wanted to have a chance to tell you how much I respect your everything you do and how honest you are about everything.
Well, thank you.
I've turned you on to my wife and everything, and pretty much anybody I can. I could listen to you talk about stand-up all day, and I was wondering if you had any helpful advice on how to become a better writer and more of the behind-the-scenes of what goes on for a stand-up. Like, I've heard you talk about stuff that you and Florentine did back in the day about, writing for a show and stuff like that. And, yeah, I suck at it. I feel like I'm a pretty good critic with no talent. So it's more for a hobby, I guess. But I didn't know if you had any advice or something like that.
Well, I think just keep doing it. You know what I mean? I find that I've gotten so much stronger, more precise, more confident as I've done it. It's like anything else, any other job, whether it's being an attorney or an actor or telling jokes or, you just get better at it. Being a cop, cops get, their instincts get better as they go on. They get more intuitive. They can read people better just by doing it night after night after night. And that's the same way it is with stand-up. You get an intuition for what's funny, for where the wording should go, for where you should pause, for where you should put your inflection. Like all that stuff becomes an instinct after you've done it for a while. And so I would say just keep doing it, man. There really is no quick fix to it other than repetition, and really be true to it and be open to looking at the stuff that's terrible and learning from it. Like your own stuff, you have to realize a lot of it won't be good. So you have to learn how to fix that and, when to drop it.
I have all these ideas. I feel like a lot of them are funny. The second I put them on paper or try to, I learned pretty quick that I don't belong on the stage. I'm more of like a Neil Brennan to Dave Chappelle kind of a guy, but I'm not nearly as funny as any of these guys. So I can't figure out how to lay it out to where it makes sense or work on it and that whole thing.
Well, Neil's actually a really good stand-up, but I know what you mean.
Absolutely.
There are some definitely traditional writers as opposed to stand-ups. I would just say just keep doing it, man. That's the only thing I can suggest is to keep writing, and you will get better at it. But there's no fast way to do it great.
Okay, appreciate it. Thanks a lot. I love all your stuff, man.
Thanks, Adam. Good luck to you, man.
Thanks, bye.
All right. Alex and Sandy Franny. They love when you call it that. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up? I'm a bit starstruck, man.
Oh, no need to be, even though everyone understands why you would be. What's up, man?
Yeah, I've been listening to you since you said that Monster Grain joke, and I used to try to say it to my friends, but they all get creeped out and stuff.
Yeah, tough one to translate.
Yeah, well, lately, I've been kind of finding myself, isolating myself. I've been just pretty much cutting, just to give you a clearer picture. I'm about 31 right now. I was engaged with a girl maybe 3-4 years ago, and I found out, once we had a little fight, she went to see my best friend behind my back, and I guess, she, it just went sour. And ever since then, I got deep into alcohol and all sorts of stuff, but I got clean. And then I found out that when I go to AA meetings or I go out, I tend to relapse, so I kind of started this lifestyle where it's just I'm alone most of the time, either watching shows or listening to comedy. I spend 2 hours at the gym every morning, but I make sure that I never talk to anybody. I kind of cut all my old friends off, so I'm like, and the scary thing is I'm getting comfortable with it, and I'm not sure if that's how I should keep going forward. Or
well, you don't want to just isolate because you're afraid you're going to drink. If it's not AA or NA or whatever the program is, find something that helps you stay sober, whatever that is. But you don't want to just say, I'm going to lock myself in the house and that's my method, because that's not living. You don't want to just not drink. You want to live a full life. Now that you've given that up, or you're trying to give that up, believe me, I have plenty of shit that gets in my way to living a full life too. But it's nowhere near as bad as it would be if I was doing that. So, don't just sit in the house, dude. You got to go out there, try meetings again, or it doesn't matter what program. Find other programs if you don't like that one. But do something where you're being social, and realize that when you're relapsing or drinking, it's not because of the program you're going to. It's because of you want to drink, and you're not practicing whatever that program is. Okay, because all those programs, I imagine, are going to discourage you from doing it. So just realize that when you do it, it's because you wanted to do it. And find people who are doing what you want to do. If you want to stop drinking, you find a bunch of people who've stopped drinking, and you do what they did. As long as they're not doing anything completely against your moral grain, which, that's a decision you have to make. But, find people who are doing what you can't do and ask them how they did it.
I've been sober for 3 months now since I've been doing this alone thing where I just pretty much exercise and stay alone. But like I remember, going to programs and doing all this stuff to get clean. And I found people in the program would take me to relapse, But that's besides the point. Yeah, I need to kind of open up to people.
Yeah, you don't want to just be by yourself, because eventually that will not work. That's not going to work forever.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Good luck.
All right, man. Thank you.
What's up, Rick in California? How you doing, man?
Yes, Jimmy. Fan of yours. I got a couple of questions. A real quick one you can answer, as I love you on Lucky Louie.
Thank you.
Why did that show fail? And the second question is since you've been sober, what a difference in trying to meet women. I know when you're drinking and partying, it's quite easy to find gals. And I wanted your input on the difference since you become sober.
Well, I got sober when I was 18. So, back then I was an insecure teenager. I was awful. And I do comedy. It's hard to say because it's my entire adult life I've been sober. But I know that I was a sloppy fucking an idiot when I drank. So I imagine if I was now, I would be a disaster. You fucking bitch. Like I was one of those assholes. So, I just know that I'm as unpleasant as I can be now. It's nowhere near as unpleasant as I would have been.
You never fell into that trap at the clubs of doing a lot of drugs and being and partying a lot, huh?
I got very lucky. I got very lucky that I got rid of it fast.
I assumed all you comedians fell into that mode. My bad. The Lucky Louie thing, I loved it. What happened?
The critics didn't like it. We actually had a lot of viewers, and it was the critics that sunk that one, unfortunately.
God, we loved it. We absolutely loved it. I was heartbroken when that went away.
You and me both, buddy. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Jimmy.
Goodbye, Rick. Doug, what's up? Can recommend a place. Hey, man.
Hello? Jimmy, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, Jimmy. I wanted to echo what that other guy said about the BJJ. There's a place right near the 123 on 48th and 8th that's right near the train by your house. It's a great place, man. Everything that he said is true. You'll get so much out of it. I can't say enough things about it. If I sound like a Jehovah's Witness, I'm sorry.
No, I appreciate it. It's one of those things that has a great reputation. And, of course, I spelled Henzo with an H like a fucking moron. I'm going to look it up and just see. Anthony Bourdain goes. I don't know where he goes, but I should ask Anthony where he goes.
Well,
all right, thank you, buddy, but I will find a place.
Cool, man. Have a good one.
Take care. Mike in New York, what's up?
So I tried to have a discussion with my wife. I don't drink. I don't use drugs. I never have. She drinks about a box of wine a week, which is equivalent to 6.5 700 millimeter or 750 millimeter bottles. Is that by definition? Like I was trying to do a little Google search on it, and I'm not sure. Is that like just heavy drinking for someone like a woman in her 30s, or is that like she doesn't drink during the day? She doesn't drink when drive or anything like that. Is it just something like it's just a casual thing, or is it something I should be concerned with?
Well, do you think it's a problem?
I don't know. She drinks every night, more than 2 or 3 drinks. So
yeah, I mean that's typically most people I know who have done that have been alcoholic. I've never seen her drunk, But if you think she is, why don't you try going to Al-Anon or something like that? And then those people will give you a better answer because a lot of them live with spouses who drink or children who drink or parents who drink. And they know those signs much better from the outside than I do. To me, that sounds like an alcoholic, but, again, I don't know your wife.
No, I know. She doesn't drink to get shit-faced. Like, she drinks and then goes to bed.
Yeah, but it's still maintenance drinking. I mean, if you're maintenance drinking, that's also, can be an issue.
Okay. All right. Good face and love you guys.
Thank you very much, buddy.
All right.
What's up, Kathy in Cleveland?
Hello.
Hi, baby. How are you?
I'm awesome. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I have a question. I was married for about 9 years and got a divorce about 3 years ago. I just found out that my ex-husband is marrying a little Asian girl. Actually, she's not even a citizen. And I'm, furious about it because I'm, 100% Polish princess. So he, went to the total opposite. And I just wondered if you had any suggestions on how to get over that anger and jealousy.
Well, I guess a little bit of it is normal. Why'd you break up?
Actually, I got a DUI, and he didn't drink at all. He was completely straight edge.
Okay. So how long did you date for?
About 4 years.
And have you met someone else?
Oh, God, I turned into a complete whore after that and went through about 30 guys.
Okay, so you got to look at the fact that did they all look exactly like him?
No, not at all.
So you kind of did the same thing. He just fell in love. So I understand being jealous about it, but look at it realistically sometimes. You know what I mean? The relationship's over 3 years ago. You're a little jealous. Hey, maybe a little jealousy is normal. Let yourself feel it and then just realize it's stupid. Who gives a fuck what he does? It really is irrelevant to your life now.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it's not worth... with the ex-girlfriends, once in a while, I would get jealous, sure. But the reality is they're exes for a reason. So, he married an Asian girl. That should tell you something good because there's no way you could be an Asian girl. So he went into another direction. That's even better.
Yeah, and Asians are typically, very submissive and quiet and, don't, put up a lot of a fight. And I'm completely the opposite. So I think that he's probably just going to the opposite, too.
Maybe, yeah. And plus you drank and you're fucking argumentative. I mean, maybe he wanted a nice, quiet Asian girl.
Yeah.
Be happy for him. You fucked up. You got a DWI, and that's the price you pay for doing that. And, okay, we lose relationships when we fuck up sometimes. So be happy for the guy. He's not a piece of shit. It's not like he punched you in the face and then fucked a kid. He moved on. So sometimes you got to say, hey, you know what? That was the price of me acting stupid. I lost a relationship and good for him that he's moved on.
Okay.
Plus, you got 30 dicks after that, so at least you got to enjoy them.
Right. Now I got to get over that and keep my legs closed.
Yeah, you will. You'll find a nice guy. Please, I would date you and then just talk about all the guys you fucked to make you taunt me. So good luck, Kathy.
Thanks, honey. Love you.
All right, thanks. Bye. John in Alabama, a little juggling. What's up, John?
Hey, Jim. This is a long-term problem for me. I've been married 26 years.
Okay.
Got 3 kids, but I never ended a relationship that I started in college. And short, I have 2 children with her as well.
So do you have a family that you start from college? Do the women know about each other?
They do.
Oh, okay.
But not the children part of it.
Okay. Are the women okay with it?
It's...
How long ago did they find out?
They knew each other in college, which is 30 years this has been going on.
Wow.
And it's just... it's just not something that really ever got brought up. But they talk on the phone from time to time, checking up on each other, I guess. But
and now you got to tell the kids?
My oldest son on each side know about it, and the daughter of my not wife, my second wife, I guess you could say, is she knows. But
how many don't know?
2. but they're young. They're 8 and 11.
So are you happy in this situation?
I'm used to it. Yeah.
Do you want to end one of them?
The problem is that the college girlfriend says this has gone on long enough, which it has, and she wants to move to closer to me, and wants a couple of days a week. She doesn't want me to get divorced. She doesn't expect that, but she would like some more time.
And what do you want?
I would be happy with that because I love the girl, always have, but I just don't know that I can. My wife is a professional; she's a physician, and it's not that big of a town, and I don't know.
It might ruin things.
I don't want to humiliate her. I love her as well.
Sure.
And she's been a great wife, but I just don't know. Should I just tell her
that you don't want her to do it?
No, I want her to do it. That's the problem, but I don't want to humiliate my wife. And
yeah, no, I understand that. Maybe you should tell her then. Tell her that you have a real problem because that's going to end things with your wife. Honestly,
yeah,
you can't humiliate her, especially if she's put up with this shit.
Yeah.
Then the college girl may give you an ultimatum.
Yeah.
Does she have a boyfriend as well, or a husband?
She has a husband, but he's a closet homosexual. This is still Alabama, unfortunately. But,
does he know about you?
Yeah, I walked past him in the hospital for both births, and we all know the situation. So.
Okay, well, just ask her not to do it then. If you're worried about that, I mean, that's an amazing juggling job you've done, but at least the women know. That's the big thing. At least the guy knows, and at least the women know. So the 4 people who really need to know.
Yeah.
And at least you could, I would say...
I see her. She doesn't know about the children, so...
Oh. So you're afraid your wife might find out about the kids, too?
Yeah. She knows I see her. I mean...
Well, maybe you're going to have to ask the college girlfriend not to do that. How far away does she live?
Yeah.
How far away?
Now she's about 150 miles.
Did you ever think of cutting the college one loose and letting her go out and find what she needs?
That's a possibility, but it's 30 years. She's like another wife to me. I wish I had done this, back then, and I should have, but.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is. I don't know.
Well, I don't know what to tell you, man. That's a tough one. I mean, that you don't want... I would say this. Start just by telling her that you don't want her to move there and tell her why. That's all you can do.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks. Good luck, man.
All right, bud.
We only got a couple minutes left. Pete, your ex is a tranny and is talking to your best friend. What's up, Pete?
Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
How you doing?
Hey, so I'm 23 years old, and about 6 months ago, around January, ended the relationship with my girlfriend. We only dated for about 9 months, but we fell in love and everything, and it ended real quickly. But we were best friends for about 5 years before that. And during that time, I brought on one of my buddies, and she knew him from work, and we all worked together. And me and him hung out for a long time, and he was always looking at other chicks and never paid attention. Like, he always said that my girlfriend was attractive and everything like that. So it's not like it's a clean breakup. It's like a breakup with the divorce, shared custody of the friends and everything like that.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm hearing everything. I'm hearing, she's doing this, she's doing that and everything. And she quit the job, and she's actually not working. She's still at school, and I graduated, and I just actually got a job yesterday. So good things are happening for me. But I recently got news that her friend, who is one of my good friends, she told her, hey, I'm talking to Joe now, which is my good buddy. Just want to make sure, you don't have a problem with it. And she means, does my friend who used to like him have a problem? Not me. And she tells me, and my friend tells me, that, her and my friend Joe are talking.
Do you think she wanted to get back to you?
Get back at me?
Yeah, or do you think she wanted you to get that news back?
I don't. It's tricky because 5 years ago, I ended it quickly because it seemed like she was trying to push or something, though. But at the time, she was cheating on her boyfriend with me, and then she breaks up with him for me. But I said, you know, you can't just immediately go from a relationship and then immediately jump onto another one, not still having feelings for the other guy.
Sure.
You know, so I cut up, but then we stayed friends, and everyone thought for the longest time we should be dating, and then we finally did, and it was fucking honeymoonish thing, and then it went down, and then the honeymoon ended, and she seemed to get tired of it, and you know, I kind of saw it coming real quickly.
How long did you date?
I'm sorry?
How long did you date?
About 9 months.
Here,
Yeah,
you know,
and-
I got to wrap up in less than a minute, but I will say this. The question is, do you have the right to be mad? Yeah, I'd be mad if my friend was talking to my ex. I know that in a perfect world, he's got the right and she's got the right, but we also understand the rules of friendship. Should you interfere? No, you shouldn't. Do you have the right to be pissed and avoid them? Yeah, I would for a little while, and eventually you may not care again. You know, I think you have the right to be annoyed without, don't go in there and do anything stupid. But yeah, I think we'd all be kind of annoyed, sure.
I can't just keep going on. Like, if he ever says hi to me, I can't just, go on like la-di-da-di. I'm going to try and, I'll be like, so what have you been up to type of thing.
Well, can't you tell him that you're bothered by it?
I told him before that. I even said, hey, just letting you know, I mean, I know you guys are like still friends and everything, but I just wanted to know, if you do start talking, that will rub me the wrong way. And he even said to me, no, bro, don't worry about it. And
I understand why you're annoyed, but you also got to understand, maybe you just got to let it go and let them do what they want. I know it stinks, dude. I wouldn't like it either. It's always touchy, but hey, look, if it's hard to tell people not to talk once you're not dating anymore.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jimmy.
Good luck, buddy. And send her my email. She sounds like a delight. All right, that's it for me. Sorry about all the people. The phone lines are still full. Call back next week, and I'll be sure to save your life, too.
Thanks for listening to The Jim Norton Show. Hear all that advice whenever you want to on demand at SiriusXM.com/on-demand. On SiriusXM is real.